Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Aina Sultana binti Shuaimi. My student ID is 2023390047. So today I will present about my project assignment 2 for CSC508. My project is about Toyib detergent system. So this is my node class. As you can see, there is public class node and then there is default constructor node, normal constructor node with the parameter object data, and then we have node method, and then we have setter, set data to update the data, and then we have set next method to update the reference to the next node, and then we have get data to get the data, and then we have get next node to get the next data, and then lastly we have toString to print the data. Next we have Q class. Q is inherit from the linked list class, that's why we use the S10. And then we have Q method. Next we have NQ to add item into the queue. Next we have DQ method to remove the item from the queue. In the DQ method, in the get from method, we have the get first. Next we have the get end. And then we have when the method is empty, it will return is empty. Next, we have print method to print the data. Next, we have the linked list class. In the linked list class, we need to declare node, head, tail, and current to private. And then we have default linked list class. In the linked list method, we have head, tail, current equal to null. Next, we have we need to check whether the linked list is empty, and then we have the print method to print the data. Next, we have insert at front to add new object data at the front of the linked list. Next, we have size method to return the number of elements in the list. And the next one, we have insert at back method to add new object data at the back of the linked list. If the linked list is empty, it will return head equal to null and equal to the new node. Otherwise, it will return tail equal to new node. Next, we have get first method to return the first element in the linked list. Furthermore, we have get next method to return the next element in the linked list. Next, we have get last method to return the last element in the linked list. We have remove from front method to remove the first element in the linked list. Continue, we have remove from the back to remove the last element in the linked list. Next, we have the stack file, which is stack is inherit from the linked list. That's why we use the S10. First, we have stack method. Next, we have the push method to add item into the stack. Next, we have the pop method to remove item from the stack. And then we have pick method when the linked list, when the stack is empty, and we have the print method to print the data. Now we move on to empty list exception. The empty list exception is inherit from the runtime exception. That's why we use the S10. In this class, we have empty list exception. It will return the list is empty. Now we in the stack class. Okay, firstly, we need to import the stack library. Next, we need to declare the stack st equal to new stack. Next, if the input will be changed to a char, so each one character at a time will be as a min. For the rule 1, if the input is not operand, it will be saved into the postfix to print it out. Applying the rule 3, if C is equal to left parenthesis, input will be pushed into the stack. For the rule 4, if input is equal to right parenthesis, while stack is not empty, stack will be popped. If the input T is not equal to the left parenthesis, then the input will be stored in the postfix to be printed. Next, if If input is equal to the operator, rule 2 is applied. In the rule 2, as we can see, if the stack is empty, then input will be pushed. As if not empty, then the stack will be popped into T. If input T is equal to the left parenthesis, input will be pushed. If input T is equal to operator, get priority T is less than get priority C, then input T will be pushed. Input T is on the top of the stack, while input C is the incoming input into the stack, else it will store into the postfit to be printed. For the get priority method, if input C is equal to plus or minus, it will return 1, else it will return 2. Rule 2 is used when there is no more character to be examined, so all will be printed in the main by returning to the postfit. Next, we move on to our class definition, detergent. First, we have the detergent class, and then we need to declare product name. In the product name, we have luxury fresh, luxury patient, luxury rose, and luxury romantic. Next, we need to declare product ID, 101, 102, 103, and 104. Also, for the third one, we have product type, which is liquid and powder. Moving on, we have fragrance, apple, orange, rose, and strawberry. Lastly, we need to declare the price, which is unknown yet. And then we have detergent as normal constructor. In the detergent, we need to initialize D, N, T, F, and P. Next, we have default constructor, which is the detergent. And then we have the accessor method. We need to set product name, set product ID, set product type, and set fragrance. Lastly, we need to set the price. And then we have the getter. The getter, we need to get product name, get product ID, get product type, get fragrance, and get price. Lastly, we have the toString method. The toString method is to print the data that we have. Now we have reached at our ultimate class, which is detergent apps. In my detergent, in my main, firstly, we need to import the library, import Java util. Next, we have detergent application class. In the detergent application, first we need to declare the scanner. I put it as SC and in. And then we have, we need to declare the queue. I declare it as detergent queue. And then we ask the user how much quantity that they want to insert. And then we need to declare the size. And then we will display to the user to input the detergent name, product ID, product type, fragrance, and price. And then next we have price, price data type, and then we need to declare the detergent queue as detergent queue and queue to insert the data to the detergent queue. And then we will initialize, we will declare new queue that we declare as temp queue to calculate total cost of all items. Firstly, we will declare the object as obj, and then we will declare the sum equal to 0 and 0. While detergent is not empty, object in the detergent queue will dequeue, which means it will remove all the data from the detergent queue, and then we will declare detergent new queue as det. And then we will sum all the data in the detergent det, and we will store it in temp queue. Next, we will calculate the average price. Firstly, we need to initialize the average, and then we need to put the formula for the average, which is sum is divided by size, while the temp queue is not empty. All the data in the temp queue will be removed by using the dequeue method. And then we have the detergent queue to enqueue all the data in the detergent queue. Next, we will find minimum and maximum price of the laptop. Firstly, we will initialize the object, and then we will dequeue the data in the detergent queue. And then we have the minimum and maximum using the get price method. While the detergent queue is not empty, we will declare the object, and then we will dequeue the detergent queue. If the queue get price is lower than the minimum, then the minimum will be inserted into the minimum. If the get price is higher than the maximum, then the data will be inserted into the maximum. All the data will be inserted into the temp queue. Next, I will print out the summary of the item that the user have listed. In most overpriced detergent, cheapest detergent, average price, and lastly, the total price. While the temp queue is not empty, it will initialize object, and then it will dequeue the temporary queue, and then it will be inserted into the detergent queue. Now, we have the copy queue to queue method to store the affordable price of detergent into affordable queue and then display. In this method, firstly, we will initialize the reasonable queue as the new queue, and then we will declare the object. Next, we will display the list of the reasonable detergent price. While the detergent queue is not empty, it will initialize queue, and then it will create DD as the new queue. If the DD get price is lower than the 50 ringgit, and then it will be inserted into reasonable queue, which is the queue, and then it will calculate all the data that have been inserted, and then it will be inserted in the temp queue. Next, we have the queue to stack. In the queue to stack, we will store the product type into detergent queue and then display. We will initialize new stack, which name liquid stack and powder stack. First, we will declare the object, and then we will display it. While the detergent queue is not empty, we will create the dead liquid. If the dead liquid, which product type is liquid, it will be pushed into the liquid stack. And else, if the product name is powder, it will be pushed into the powder stack. And then we will display it in the output. Next, we have the stack to queue. Stack to queue, I will move expensive detergent with liquid detergent into expensive queue. In this stack to queue, we need to initialize the queue as expensive queue and the stack as temporary S. Firstly, we will declare the object, and then while the liquid stack is not empty, it will initialize object, and then it will declare the detergent. If the queue get price is higher than 50 ringgit, it will be enqueue into the expensive queue. It will also sum up all the data in the expensive queue. If not, it will be pushed into the temporary stack. While the temporary stack is not empty, it will push all the data in the temporary stack into the liquid stack. Next, we have stack to stack. In the stack to stack, we have I will put powder detergent with specific fragrance, apple and orange. In this, I will declare stack as apple stack and orange stack. Next, we will declare the object. And then while powder stack is not empty, we will declare object, and then detergent Q as DG. If DG fragrance is equal to apple, and then it will push into the apple stack. If not, it will if the fragrance is equal to orange, it will be pushed into the orange stack. If it is not in the both of the list, and then it will push into the temporary stack. While the temporary stack is not empty, it will be pushed into the powder stack. Next, we have in this, after we have do all the method, as you can see, the difference between stack and queue is that stack we use DQ and NQ. In the NQ is when we want to insert the data, and then DQ when you want to remove the data from the list. Whereas in the stack we have push and pop. If you want to insert the data in the stack, we will use push. Whereas when we want to remove the data, we will use pop. Next, we have convert expression using step from infix to postfix. So in this infix to postfix, if the user answer yes, it will print out the enter infix expression, and the user will input their expression, and then it will we will casting the method of infix to postfix, and then I will display the thank you method. Thank you. Now we have reached our exciting part, the output. Okay, so now this is my output. This is where the user welcome to toilet detergent system, and then the user will insert their quantity of detergent, and then the user will enter their data according to the list, and then here the system will print out the item summary. In the item summary, we have the most overpriced detergent, cheapest detergent, average price, and the total price. Here is the list of reasonable detergent price. As you can see, there is two, which is Azuri Fresh and Azuri Patient. The reasonable price is 20 ringgit and 40 ringgit. And then we have the list of liquid detergent. Here, as you can see, there is three. And then we have powder detergent, which is two. And then we have the overpriced liquid detergent in the market, which we have 120 ringgit. And then we have powder detergent with apple, powder detergent with orange. And then we have converting infix to postfix. As you can see, the user said yes, and I put the infix expression, and it will return postfix expression. Thank you.